This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
It's time for Tell It to Stanya. It's all about you. Ooh, let's peel away the layers and focus on you. Ooh, what's going on inside? Let's talk about love and truth and the matter of who we are. Let's find out together on Tell It to Stanya.
Pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to Tell It to Stanya. That's right, I am she, and she is me. You see how I wasn't checking, and then once that song started, bam, I ready? I be BSing straight through. Why? Oh, Lord, let me tell you all, right now, I feel like a tired body gal. I ain't gonna tell you all a word, a lie. I feel, what that song name now? Heist of the John B. Sale. Send for the captain ashore. Let me go on. I feel so break up, I want to go home. You ain't know that song. You little young. You don't know that song, eh? I know. All right. Well, anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Tell It to Stanya. You know, for the last few weeks, we have been writing the political, the this, the that. Y'all done accuse me and do all that. Get mad with me. That's why I returning back to what I do best. And what I do best, look at my guest. He's having a field day off of me. What do I do best? Find out people business. That's what I do best. You know, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I love being a life coach. I love being a media person. And not just because I love to help people, because, I mean, that's what I do. But I love being a life coach, media person, because I love people business. I'm very inquisitive. I'm nosy. So I'm looking at my guest, and he's just shaking his head. Grab the mic, come a little closer.
Be a good distance.
No, we got to hear you. Yeah, there you go. And I'm going to introduce him in a minute. But, yeah, I'm returning to what I do best. And like I said, it's find out people business. And this is June. So for me, June is all about, drum roll, crab and rice. Brittany, what you was doing? Brittany was supposed to do the drum roll. Brittany in her booth, and she doing the drum roll with her hand. But okay, of course, when I say crab and rice, I'm talking about Father's Day. So I decided, guys, that we are going to dedicate the full month to dads, and this is a very sensitive topic for me because my journey with my dad, oh Lord, I promised my dad that I would not talk about him. Every time he says, stop calling my name, stop talking with me. But my journey with him has been definitely a very interesting one. In terms of just discovering who I am, understanding relationships, resolving drama, everything. So finally, we are in a place of some kind of peace. Yeah, some kind. Because, you know, any given day I could act out too. I could act right out. But the good thing about him is that he has never let me go. And I love that about him. Stan Davis, hi! So anyway, guys, I was minding my own business, as I usually am, scrolling through TikTok especially. And I saw an interesting post. And the post said, I have it right here on my TikTok thing. And it said, let's talk about how I failed as a father to my kids. And I thought that would be a really good conversation. And of course, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I need to know more. Because, okay, how did this person fail? And how come this person is so bold and brave to admit it? Because it's not easy. It's mothers too, but, you know, we're talking about dads now. It's not easy for us to admit that we messed up or that we did something wrong or that we didn't know. a lot of times, our children come to us and say, remember when you did this or whatever? And a lot of times we say, we don't remember. And we don't remember. I mean, sometimes we do. We maybe don't remember because we blocked it out. But a lot of times we did remember. We do remember. But it's just painful for us to see ourselves in that light. It's very painful. So today, my special guest in studio today is Mark Beckford. So,
Good day.
okay, Mark, you're going to have to come close to the mic. Yeah, 'cause they won't be able to hear you. There you go.
Pleasant
Okay.
day.
Yes. All right. So, as I said, I was minding my own business and I saw your TikTok page and then I started to stalk you. I think you saw I was on your page a couple of times.
Not a bad engine, to be honest.
No?
I really don't.
No? Okay. Fair enough. Well, I did. And so I thought it would be a good conversation with you, especially after we started talking. And, we was kind of going back and forth, which is something I tell my viewers all the time. I don't like to talk too much or like for a long period of time with guests because I want it to be very authentic from the heart. And I want to have a natural response. If I know it beforehand, then I can't be natural because I don't do good being fakey. Yeah. So let's start with the TikTok because there was a few things that you mentioned, but the first thing that I saw was let's talk about how I failed as a father to my kids.
I mean, with that honestly stemmed from, you think as a man, like just money, materialistic things will like suffice being a parent or being a father.
Right.
But when you sit down and you look at it, it's be like, okay, I doing that, but it still ain't helping.
Right.
You know, the kind of way, because what about the emotional side of it? What about the spiritual side of it?
Right.
So it was just like, in certain aspects of being present and being like current for my children, now looking back on it, it's like, whoa.
Okay. So now I like that you said that because in preparation for the show, I came up with, I think it's maybe 6 toxic things that fathers do. And one of them was that they think that providing money is being, a great father. And literally, I had this conversation, like I said, with my dad. And, I was telling him, I was like, Daddy, my dad is an amazing provider. And he's present. It's not that he's not present. But I remember saying to him, I said, Daddy, out of all the things that we've ever wanted from you, yeah, we love the gifts, we love the money. But you know what we always wanted, Daddy?
That time.
You. And I don't think men get that. Where do you think that comes from?
To be completely honest, I feel like that come from oneself. Like that have to come from you want to do that. Because you could grow up in a family where all of the men are current, they doing everything. But
Right.
if we being completely honest, like our job is to go to work and provide.
Right.
What else are we being taught to do? What else are we being trained to do?
So you think as men, you've not been trained to be
Where?
present?
Where? Other than providing financially, what does the system teach you to do as a man?
Provide
And
money.
and then do what? After you provide, then
That's it.
So even if we wanted to, we train systematically to provide and then go dumb after that.
Okay.
So even like my grandfather and my father, they were phenomenal. Like I have,
Right.
Men in my life that are phenomenal, but it's like outside of providing, now
What
what?
else?
Yeah, now what?
And the thing about money, this is something, think about it. The person in the family, let's say someone gets sick, right? Let's just say, God forbid, someone gets sick in the family and the person with the most money, or let's say someone who is having a party, let's say in the family you're having a party and you go to the person who have the money and they give you the money. Do you think that's going to be the person who's going to be doing? No.
I mean,
Most of the time, no.
Not all the time, but then there's a double side to that too. That'll be the same person who is get real rude at the end of it, saying like you didn't give enough or he didn't do enough.
Well, see, but this is what I'm saying. Okay, when we think about giving money, for the most part, money could kind of let people off the hook. Like
Right.
when
Yes.
people,
Yes.
when you
yes.
give money, that means, listen, I don't need to go do
do-
this, and I
yes,
don't
go
need
do
to
what you
be
wanna
here
do.
with this person. That's why I'm mentioning it, because money could let a person off of the hook.
Yes.
And so now let's get back to fathers. And I really wanted a man here, because if I say it, the men are going to say that I'm complaining, I'm bitter, and then they're not going to receive it, because this is a woman, and this woman, and woman never satisfied, women always got a problem, blah blah blah. And in some cases, it could be true, but two things can be true at once as well. So when was it when you realized that, okay, I'm providing, but I'm not providing these other things? Time, connection. When did that light bulb go off for you?
When I lost both of my granddaddy and my dad, it was like, shucks, this what they was talking about. Like, now during the time where I need to talk to them,
Right.
and like have this conversation to say, hey, I just come upon a situation. I have no clue what to do.
Okay.
What would you suggest?
Okay.
You know, that kind of way. And not having them around basically made me understand and say, like, boy, this what my daddy was talking about.
So how did this translate in? Okay, how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Okay, how did that now translate into you going from providing money into now providing time, providing an experience, providing wisdom, providing safety, providing laughter, comfort, providing, you have girls or boys?
I have 2 girls, 1 boy.
Okay, I'm helping with the self-esteem, problem solve. Like how did that now, because like take me from where you were into where it is now that you want it to be.
So initially where I was, you know, it was just like in the physical. In the beginning, it was like, okay, my kids look like me. They act like me. So it was like, I have them with their mom, but they barely know how to deal with me. So, you know, in my head, it was like how they could deal with them. So after that, it was like, you know what, let me just switch some things, because in the beginning, I was extremely aggressive.
Aggressive with your children?
No, just aggressive on the whole.
Okay.
You know, but it wasn't in a negative way. You know, like if you love something, and you can go all out for that. You understand what I'm saying? And it came from a point where time just made me realize that I don't have to put up this facade to be something that I know better to do. You know, like I don't have to put myself in a mental strength of being the norm. You know,
Okay,
that kind of way.
what is the norm?
So the norm is just where like they'll come, you'll get time. You see, Monday to Friday, you're with your mommy. Weekends, you with your daddy.
Right.
You know, that kind of way. And for me, it was like I didn't grow up like that. You know, I did not grow up like that. I grew up with my dad.
Okay, was your dad, what was his parenting like?
To be completely honest, he couldn't get no better parents. But, you know, everybody have to learn that your parents was once children too. And they were still learning with you. You know, that kind of way. But other than that, my dad, my granddad, and my Grammy.
Okay, now you mentioned something when we talked on the phone when you said that you shared that you got your aggression from your dad though.
Right.
So
Meaning, like, I felt like
Okay.
discipline was everything. It wasn't no need to sit down and have a conversation to see where the child is. It wasn't no need to say, like, do what I say, or you know what coming behind that. So it was more fair. So that's what the aggression was like. Fair me, don't
okay.
than anything else.
Say that you got that from your dad?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now you also shared that you realized that maybe your dad had some scars too.
Yes. So, I mean, because the part that I got to experience in him is not the part my sister saw.
Okay.
And it's definitely not the side my little brother sees. It's
Okay.
like each of us got a different version of him.
Right.
You know, that kind of way. Because in the beginning, he was still trying to figure out himself whilst having me.
Okay.
You know, so it was like I ruled within myself.
Right.
I was a terror within myself.
Right.
But it's because of what I watching.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And then you could be able to differentiate to say, like, my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's where the killer sim is.
Oh, so
You know that kind of way?
He said to kill us. Okay.
My dad's side is, you know, where the prayers are.
Okay.
So it's just being able to balance out the two sides and say, like, I don't have to go this route.
Okay. Okay, before we get there, I'm looking at what you had sent me. You said trying to be a father from your upbringing, learning how to be a father through childhood trauma. So let's go back. But what childhood trauma are you talking about? Like what happened?
Just not being able to be transparent enough with my dad.
So you didn't. Okay, so you didn't have the relationship where you could speak to your dad.
To try and figure out, like, what emotion that I am feeling and why. You know, the kind of way? It's like, I understand what you want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I understand who you want me to be. But on the inside, that ain't really what I want to do. So
Okay.
how can we meet in a middle space to say, like, okay, because, you know, my dad was a youth minister.
Okay. Oh,
You know,
interesting.
so in the time, you know, my dad had one of the biggest youth ministries in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he basically wanted me to follow in that. But for me, it was like, I don't want to deal with children. I want to deal with the elders.
Okay.
So if you deal with the children and I deal with the elders, then I feel as if it go hand in hand.
So now you said you were a handful growing up.
Oh man,
Okay. What do you mean?
I was getting in trouble. Always getting in trouble.
Like
Fighting in school. Just
Why?
what else to do?
I
That's-
mean, what next to do?
That's what you seeing. That's all I'm seeing.
So where are you seeing this?
On my mom's side. This all I'm seeing. And then, you know, it comes to a place where, like, you either fight or you get bullied. And I just didn't feel like I can get bullied.
Okay.
That's the two sides of the coin. As a man, they put you. It's either you get bent up or you bend someone up.
Okay. So okay, you still like this?
Yes and no.
Okay. What do you mean?
Yes, meaning I'm scared to do what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, meaning that, you know, I'm more cognizant of what I have to do, on why. Like,
Okay.
I'm not just going to throw my freedom away because I could,
Okay.
you know. But if you harm any of my children and you do anything to any of my kids, sometimes, like, the law just ain't the law. And I fine with that.
Okay, so how did this childhood trauma? I'm trying to get somewhere. I know I ain't getting it out of
I'm
you.
trying to put it out of you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to ask the question
the
straight.
questions. Okay, so I want to know, how did your childhood trauma contribute to you being a not so good dad at the time? So, for example, I could say that my trauma forced me, or I wouldn't say forced me, but I chose to be this type of parent, or it looked like this with my daughter sometimes, with being overbearing. My mother was overbearing, so sometimes I may have been overbearing. My trauma may have been okay. Oh, you know, I don't want to say this because y'all is old people. Okay, y'all don't know how to, y'all little do. But okay, some of the experiences that I would have had as a teenager made me be overbearing and overprotective and suspicious sometimes of my children when there was no need. Where I'm showing up in this way because I'm afraid that they will become me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am now smothering them. So how did your childhood trauma contribute to you being a not so good dad?
everything for me was discipline. When it's other ways to discipline your child,
Okay.
you know? So it's like, you know, your parent, your mommy always say, don't let me call you daddy.
Right.
And you know what that's the cue for, you know? And that was the same way on my end. Like, from my stepmommy say, don't let me call you daddy. You won't get me to move.
So who did you grow up with? Did you grow up with your mom?
I grew up with my stepmom.
Okay, how come you didn't grow up with your mom? Just curious.
When you find the answer for that, let me know.
So at what age did you go with your stepmom and your dad?
I was initially, I was living with my granddad from the age of 2.
Okay, this paternal granddad? Or...
Yes, this is my dad.
Okay, so before 2, you were with mommy?
Yes.
So you never asked your mom why you don't live with her? You never asked?
The reason she said was she let me go with my dad for a weekend and just never returned.
So did you ask, well, why didn't you come and get me?
Yes. It just was, you just didn't return. And I was like, what you mean? Now, I still was able to go with my mom and I wanted to. It wasn't no restrictions on me going there because, you know, that's where all my cousins is and me and all my cousins locked in. But it was just to say, like, my mom had her bundles that she was dealing with.
How many kids does
All in total, my mom had 4.
So, okay.
I'm the third.
Did you feel abandoned?
In a sense. Because it was like, okay, I understand why you let me come here, but that still don't separate you and me. Like, why is there a space between you and me? Just because I hear.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, I see this when I have this conversation with my mom.
Right.
I could see it's a touchy conversation.
Well, it goes right back. Remember earlier when I started the show when I said parents feel embarrassed, they feel bad about it. They don't want to have these type of conversations.
Right. So when I see it,
right,
it's like, you know what? Okay, let me digress.
So you pull back.
Yeah, but Lord knows.
You want to know though?
I drill. No, I do drill.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, okay, you had enough. Let me just let that be and let that go.
So you never really get an answer?
No. But I still get to, you know, watch her be present for other siblings.
And that's hurtful.
You know, but for me, it was like, that's what you chose to do. So since you chose to do that, when it comes a point where you need me, don't get mad at me because I can choose to do what you did.
Okay, so what does the relationship look like now with y'all?
I mean, it cool. You know, if I call her, she'll answer, but that's just about it. We'll go in a year, we'll probably talk on my birthday. She'll call me on my birthday.
You serious?
I'll probably say like 4 times a year.
Okay, let me ask you this question. How many times you heard your mom say "I love you"?
I mean, that's a regular fluent thing.
So she says
like,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
from we have a conversation, she don't ever hold back on that.
Okay.
You know, but the conversations are still, we can't have no current conversation because we are not current. Like,
right.
If I have a conversation with her, it's of no more than 10.
I mean, 10 minutes?
No, like the age of 10. Like, we can't have no current conversation.
Right, you have to go.
The way I could, like the way I could call, you know, my stepmom and she knows what I want to do tomorrow.
Because it's still there.
Right.
And it's festering. And it's not that deep under the surface. It's right
to the
there.
top.
It's like this big, it's a big pink elephant in the room. And you know what's so crazy? Like, if you actually have the conversation with your children, you know, I was just reading this. There's 2 types of pain. I've been practicing mindfulness. This is one interesting movie on Netflix, called Mindful Murder. Anyway, so it said it's 2 types of pain. The pain that you feel when there's experience, the initial experience, And then it's that lingering wound that you keep opening, or that is there that was that never healed. So if and listen now, I'm saying this, guys, because people who listening right now, y'all ain't talking with y'all children, and it ain't because of the children. I mean, now if the children ain't have nothing to do with you, that's different. If
But why?
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about after you've had these conversations, because there's some families where that's just what it is. But I'm talking to people who it's there and you never touched it. And once again, we are having this show because there are men, women, yes, but men who have wounds. And these wounds were inflicted in childhood. And then we see it play out in different ways. And then we don't get it. We say men shouldn't feel. We say get over it. And even as you said, no one really is saying, outside of providing, nobody is saying, hey, this is what it looks like. This is what healthy fathering looks like. Not just money, but hey, your daughter and your son, but if it's your daughter, oh my goodness, good job. You are beautiful. You're amazing. Your son does something good, high five. That's daddy boy. Holding your son, giving him a hug. And you know what we say? We say that that's too soft.
You know what I really is, the questions that I really be probing to.
Ask her.
No, just yeah.
Just
your
thinking.
How many men, like how many young boys get a chance to actually see like a wedding?
What you mean?
Like, how many young boys actually get a chance to see a wedding?
You didn't think?
How many?
I don't know, because I'm a female. I don't know, Mark.
But you have been to, growing up, how much weddings you could?
Plenty. Have you? You never went to?
I mean, yeah, I have. I have.
But you think, okay, so are you saying that the element in raising boys?
It's way different than the features for raising a girl. Like, a girl know what she deserves. Yeah.
Right.
She not only what to do, what she deserve.
Right.
What to do is out the window now.
Right.
Because, some of them just too, I wouldn't really say overbearing. Like, some of them just feel like they deserve so much.
Right.
And they ain't bringing nothing other than one thing. Like, so outside of that box, what do you bring to the table? And that is be a question. Like, in the dating, when you bring to women, it's be like,
no, they ain't like that question.
No, but other than that.
They ain't like that question at all.
So, as a man, they tell men.
But Mark, okay, you saying that, you say it's different, but I'll tell you this right now. When you are, okay, notice that women, you say women know, but most women don't know. Most women think, most women think they bring body parts to the relationship. I mean, you bring that, but you bring some other things. You bring support. You bring
That's why I say
gentleness.
That's why I say.
You know what I mean? You bring respect.
Outside of the box. Outside of the box.
You bring an environment for your partner to grow. I mean, there's all these other things, but most women don't know. They think that they just, what they like to say? Well, let me say we, because I'm a woman. We are the table or whatever it is. They say all these other things too. So women don't know either. They think that being a woman too is just, or being someone's woman is just that thing too.
But isn't it more easier to just be, if we're being absolutely honest, when women realize who they naturally are,
right?
It's easier for men. And it's better for men. That's why my platform, I feel like I speak more to women because I need them to hear, to be the natural nurturers that they are.
You know what we could say? That's a different conversation, Mark. We got to circle back to that. Okay, so some of the trend for one of the things is being abandoned somewhat. Yeah, and with abandonment also comes rejection too, because
and resentment. And
resentment, exactly, because it's now festering. And the thing about anger is that, okay, a layer is, okay, right, somebody did something to me, you're angry about it. Or sometimes it's sadness. But when it goes unchecked, at some point it becomes rage. And the thing about anger and rage is that you don't lash out at the person who would have inflicted it. You lash out to who is near you. And usually who is near you are your children.
And this is why, like I said again, I could have been much better because they ain't never do me nothing. But I see qualities and traits of them
Right.
of what I used to do when I was smaller,
Right.
and it's like I want to kill that before it even become a thought, or I want to.
Yes.
So that's where the aggression
So that-
came
yes,
from.
it's-
Instead
it's-
of getting them to understand who they are from mom's side and dad's side, to say, okay, like now when you get to a certain age, you should be able to have conversations with your kids to say, like, listen, this how your mommy is act, and
Okay.
this how daddy is act, and just being as a child, you don't have a voice. When it should be in the home is where you learn your voice.
Right. But in our homes, we say, shut up.
And why?
Right. We say that you don't have a voice, that you are a child, and children should be seen, not heard.
So what are you teaching me to do?
Shut up. And when you shut something up, that's anger festering too.
So when it's time for me to talk, what is it going to be for me to say?
Right.
Okay.
Well, let me ask another question before I move on. All right. So we talked about how that would look in with your children lashing out, right? But how did it look for you, or look like, or how did it show up in relationships with women? Like, do you think that you maybe pushed some women away? Because I know
For sure. I was aggressive. I know what I wanted to do. I know why I wanted to do it. And if you're not on that plan, then you gotta go. Why you don't know what you gotta do? You can be a dead weight for me. Why should I accept you if you're a dead weight for me?
So you think that there have been good women that you
Pushed away?
yeah.
Absolutely.
This is good. This
Like,
good. I like this.
Why do I need to sit here and put up a facade when number one, it already happened, number two, you live and you learn, and then number three, thank God I ain't get it when I get too old.
Mm-hmm.
You know that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like still learning yourself and then trying to be in a relationship with someone.
So were you like kind of tough, mean, a bit abrasive? You think sometimes in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay, and I stick an opinion. All women, even whether or not they like tugs or whatever it is, all women need a gentle man.
I wouldn't say a gentleman.
What would you say?
A man who listens.
Well, gentleness looks different for everybody.
Right. But from you you could really, and listening in.
And what does gentle mean? Like for me, you said someone who can listen. Yes, because we like to talk. We like to run our big mouth. Gentle for me means curling up in my man's arms. Gentle for me means not speaking to me the way that you speak to your friends. I'm your baby. And I dead serious for this. And I don't give a 5 cent if I 6'18".
Mm-hmm. It's the blink.
But yeah, it's being understanding. It's knowing that I am a soft girl. Yeah. So I don't know, but
Listening comes in various ways,
yeah,
You can listen with your eyes, you can listen with your ears, and it's to say like, let me fit myself in a space where I know you.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't really the cuddling type.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, this what you need? Cool, let's do this.
okay,
I ain't really the talking type.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I ain't really the listen like the gossip and the trapsiness.
right.
All these TV shows, I don't watch TV.
Yeah,
But if
right.
this what you need,
Yes, here I am. Well, there's I went to this. Don't ask me why I was to this couple's thing. Hey, anyhow, so to this thing. And the man, he was saying how his wife likes to go shopping, and she wants him to go shopping with her. So he said is what he said is us, we, me and you, or something like that, or I and whatever. So he said that, you know, the playoffs was during this time, and he was like, man, listen, he won't watch the game, man. So she was like, hon, I want, you know, I'm going to the mall. Could you go with me? And so he said he went to the mall, but he said, first of all, he was home. He said he was home. Now he said us was to the mall, but him, he was home watching the game. And then he said he realized why these chairs in the mall. He said that's for all the men, because he said when he sit down, the other man was right there sitting with him, man. He said, oh, that's what they have these chairs here for. But us was there. It's a give and take on both sides.
Yes. But majority of the time, it don't be reciprocated on the next side.
Well, that's a story for another day. Okay. Okay, I have an next. This is something that you mentioned to me. Okay. You said, and I quote, the apple don't fall off the tree. People have this misconstrued.
You're just like your parents. You're just like your parents. You just like your man, your pa.
Yes.
You have all of their ways.
Yes.
And when you understand your man, your pa, then you understand you.
Boy, listen, I wish I could call my daughter right now and let her listen to this. Yesterday she said, my daughter's very adventurous. And so,
The apple didn't fall off the tree.
I'm telling you, so she's in Canada, and she told me she going by the lake and going this way and going that way and exploring. And I was like, girl, could you like, what's wrong
Why are you
with
trying to put your face on that child?
But listen, this is what she said. She said, Mommy, what were you like when you was 20? Were you adventurous? I said, I'm not answering that on the ground. Said it may incriminate me.
But
Yes, we are.
But you're
yes.
just watching yourself all over again.
Yes, and I
All
can
over
see
again.
me and her dad. Well, I choose to say all the good ways are from the Davis side of the family, and all of those other ways are from the Cash side of the family.
Tisk.
Hi, Cash. Hi, the Cashes and Lower Borgie Lutra. Love y'all.
Tisk.
But yes. Okay, so you think we try to run away from this?
Try. Hard. We sprint. You see him both.
Well, let me ask you this now. Okay, how are you like your mother?
I'm talkative. I am outgoing. Extremely loving. Mean. I get my cooking from my mommy.
You could cook?
Yeah, like no one. I mean, other than watching my granddaddy cook, it just for his nature. Like I know what to do. Like if I eat a cuisine or if I eat something, be like, it just need to taste like this.
So why do you think? There's a story where it says that two sons, twins, alcoholic father, and so one son is an alcoholic, and the other one is very successful. So when they asked the alcoholic son, why are you an alcoholic? And he said, I watch my dad. They go to the twin and they say, why, how come you're successful? I watch my dad. Why do you think that two different roads?
Because perspective is a serious thing. Very serious thing. And then right behind that is like, plenty of people don't understand the generational curse.
Okay.
So the reason why I chose to initially, change not only the narrative of this last half, I would call it, is because like I now understand like what my dad was battling and what he was making attempts to change.
So what was he battling? And what I noticed, I know where you're going with this, and I with you 100%. A lot of times what our parents battle is we have it too. And we battling the same
The
things.
sins of the parents fall on the children.
Yeah. Whether or not it's not feeling good enough, whether or not, you're out here being promiscuous, whether or not, whatever it is, you realize that Or I know for me, my mom died in 2023, and after she passed, my daughter and we went. I mean, I almost could do a documentary on this, but we found out a lot of things about my mother that she never told us, just in terms of the way she grew up and the things she would have experienced. And man, I had to cry, man. In that moment, I saw that my mom was a wounded woman. And in that moment, too.
And making it look easy.
Yeah. And I also saw me.
And making it look easy.
So.
That's another big thing, too.
Yeah.
Our parents made it look too easy.
Yes.
Too easy. Like, this why I won't get old. This why I won't grow up. Because if you doing that, I won't do that. And then when you start doing that, you realize it ain't no walk in the park. There's no walk in the park.
Okay, Brittany, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, what I did in preparation for the show is that I asked men about their dads, and if their dads were present, would they learn from their dads, and how they're parenting now, and some interesting things came up. So I'm gonna share that, and we'll definitely continue the conversation with Mark.
Slices, perfectly baked, foldable. Marcos is bringing New York to your neighborhood for just $19.95. Meet the Marcos New Yorker Pizza. Built with Marcos fresh dough, rich sauce, and fresh, never frozen 3-cheese blend. This is pizza the New York way. If you can't fold it, is it really New York style? Go big, fold it, love it. Big slices, big flavor. The New Yorker Pizza, now at Marcos for $19.95. Order now at MarcosPizzaBahamas.com.
Budgeting and saving? Yes. Investing? Check. But what if you could do more? With an RF brokerage account, you can get priority access to local investment opportunities right as they come to the market. Never miss a bond or new share offering again. Plus, you can house all your investments in one place and benefit from expert investment advice. Contact us at brokerage@rfgroup.com to start doing more today. Some conditions apply. RF, money at work.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
And we are back, and we are having a very interesting conversation with Mark Beckford. And I like these conversations because y'all man must be very weird and strange to me sometimes. I ain't lying.
Why?
I just can't understand y'all.
You can't, or you don't want to?
I still want to. It's the rabbit hole sometime of BS. I still want to go down that hole. It's just be like little weird and strange behavior sometime for me. So that I like this. Okay, now the questions that I asked some men were, in 3 to 5 words, describe your father. In 3 to 5 words, describe the relationship with your father. And what is the most important lesson you learned about fatherhood from your father? Those were the 3, and then I had 2 more questions. But okay, one person said he was a hardworking family man, distant, respect, understand. They learned how to be present and spend time with their children. Okay, one gentleman said, hold on. He said that, what did he say? Where is this? Needy, his dad was needy, self-absorbed, and kind of narcissistic. He said he tried really hard to find a good word to describe his dad. When I asked to describe the relationship, he said distant, superficial, inconsistent. And the lesson that he learned was to do the opposite of him. So when I asked this person if the dad lived in the home, was he married to the mother? The person said yes, but he was still distant. Now, remember earlier in the show when I said about the toxic parenting as it pertains to fathers? Presently absent. You could be present, but you could still be absent. You could be there, but you're not conversing, you're not talking. You could be there, but you work long hours, so you're not there. You could be there, but not there. And sometimes dads think that, well, I hear, so that count for something, eh? It may count, it may be little of 1 point or half a point. But we need more. We need more. When I asked him, this person, because I little nosy, so I'm asking him how old was he when the parents separated. He said grade 8, something like that. So I said, well, what do you mean? I said, how could he have been distant if he was there? He said he was barely there. And then he said, I do remember at some point him taking us to the movies after school. You see this? At some point, he remembered him taking him to the movies after school. But all other memories involve him terrorizing or angry or absent. This is a scary thing. Now, this father, so I asked him, what was he like as a father now? Meaning him, the person. I said, on the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your relationship with your child or children? He would say 8. What is the biggest lesson that you would have learned? He said, how to control his anger. He didn't even know he had it. You see this? Listen, Mark here is sharing his story. And you know the beautiful thing about stories is that we're able to see ourselves in the story. We are all things. We are everything. This man saying the same thing, and him and Mark on the surface ain't got nothing in common. But the one thing they got in common, they men. And it's good that they actually can admit this. When you know how the G.I. Joe say, half the battle, no one is half the battle. But when you're stuck and you're not saying, when you're still in denial, when you can't admit that, listen, I always been a good parent. I'm a woman. I think I'm a great mother. But not all the time. I did some terrible things too. I let my anger get out of control. We all have. But we have to admit it first. We have to call the thing. We have to say that this is the elephant that's in the room. This is what is separating us from our children. Or we have to say that this is what is hurting our children or hurting the relationship.
Yes.
We can't play or pretend as though it's not there. And there are men, I can tell you, there are a lot of men, and y'all are getting on y'all, and yes, and his mothers, and when I talking about emotional gangsterism and women who love too much and women who love stuff, right, and I do them into, right, so I gotta say these things. I've seen some men sometimes who are not present and as a matter of fact, some of these men who I ask the questions to, I know they don't have a good relationship with their children. And they lied. They lied to me. And I don't even know why they lied. Because they should know that I know. But I've seen men go on social media and take photos of their children and then show it to people. Yes, Mark, you're looking crazy. And under the pretense that there is a relationship, and there is none. There's none.
I mean, you're not new under the sun.
Yeah, but when you going through all that, you might as well just go reach out to your child. And and guys, I have to say this too, because we need to stop this. You all know what is BS. And the BS I'm talking about, when you say that's still your daddy, and expecting the children to fix the relationship and to do the work that the parent does not want to do.
I remember one time.
I into that.
I was posting my daughter, and people make assumptions, like they know you, and they have no clue who you are. And because of the situation between me and her mom, where you separate or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't able to, and this was my fault at this time. Mm-hmm. I wasn't able to, be what I needed to be for my daughter.
Right.
And then it came a time where, she came back and everything was everything.
Right.
So when I made the post, the person was like, oh, you never do anything for that child. And my initial thought was like, who you talking to make you make an ASS or you and me to assume what you assuming? You know, that kind of way? Because when it comes to this one,
Present.
but being present ain't only money.
Right.
Or being present ain't only you picking up and dropping off.
Right.
Being present ain't only you saying, you know what, hey, I to this function or I to this
Right.
awards or I to this or I to that. No, being present is actually sitting down.
Getting to know your child.
You wouldn't. My little girl's so jokey.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like, oh, you don't want to wait for nobody.
How old is she?
11. She don't want to wait for nobody. She trying to figure out ways
name's
now.
Stanya.
She trying to figure out ways. Daddy, I could go sell taco. Let me make taco. I could go sell these taco.
Yes.
And I get, hold on, this one grade 6.
Well, you didn't encourage her to do it?
Man, we do it.
Yes.
Because I say nothing beat a failure but the dry.
Yes.
You know? So I was like, I need you to understand this part of you
Yes.
from your mommy too. You know? Like, I don't want you to feel like because you doing it with me, you don't understand where this you're coming from, like where this driving from, why you want work for yourself.
Right.
Why you don't want work for nobody else. You know the kind of way?
But see, this is you said it. This is what parenting, and you said, "Oh, my daughter's so jokey." Like, guys, I'm talking to y'all. Like, most
Sit
of you,
down and get to
I
know
tell
your
you,
children.
get to
They
know.
so joke. They so
Yes.
jokey. They so,
Yes.
these children so funny. Some of the things my son will tell you, if I say it, you think I
And
lie.
how old is he?
7. Just turned 7.
Would, yeah, would blow your mind.
And and like he's a character within himself. My 1-year-old, she have her own little mojo going.
Yes,
And from you sit down and you watch them, it's like,
they are amazing. I'm telling you, like that's what I'm saying. Like I love my daughter, but I like her. I normally call her my black gal. I love and I like my black gal.
they are, listen.
Yes, they are amazing.
So it just has put you, like, it just has put you back in, like, a space to say, this is naturally the bond I wanted with my parents.
Yes.
Because, no, to be honest, no one could beat my mommy or my daddy talking food. They get jokes for days, and they smile on their mouth.
Okay.
I got to witness, like, my mommy and my daddy, they had a cool relationship. But that cool relationship only stemmed because of, like, I call my stepmommy the law bearer.
Why is she so law bearer?
Because she put the law down. Listen, you could be with me, but I ain't going to do this, that.
So your stepmom was really a mother figure.
Oh, man, I can't give you enough flowers.
That's nice. I like that.
That ain't even my stepmommy.
That's your mommy.
Yes, and I'm just saying it for the mere fact to say, like, you know, like, I know my mommy, but, you know.
I like that.
I can't give her enough flowers. The man you see today is because of, like, deep conversations that me and us
Big
have.
up all the good stepmothers.
You know that kind of way?
Yeah, I ain't touching that one.
Oh, that's another.
Yeah, that's another one. Because, boy, these stepmother out here, terrible. They vicious bad, boy.
I mean, that's on both ends, to be honest.
Oh, they bad. Anyhow, let me go on to that. Okay, and anyway, understanding the difference between the woman you procreated with and the woman they are. Parenting through logic, man, and not understanding the emotional needs of the mother. What I mean?
Majority of the time, with my mom, in my mind, it was always like the relationship standpoint.
What you mean?
Like, you're dealing with, like, I'm dealing with them, but I'm not compartmentalizing them. To say,
Okay.
like, the mom version of you.
Right, it's different from the girlfriend or whatever
Yes,
you want to call her.
way
Very
different.
Okay, so what's
So-
the difference? What did you learn?
The mom version, they feral. Like they don't play with their children.
Right.
They don't play even if it come time for me.
Right.
No questions asked. I know they'll kill me without thinking about it.
Right.
For their children.
Yes.
The friend side of them, they are phenomenal.
But most men can't. They can't separate the two.
And this is the problem. And it's both ends.
Agreed.
Both ends. You understand what I'm saying?
So let me stick a pin right here. If you know how you could help men and women can do this. For starters, don't sleep together. If y'all done move the heck on. And y'all know I won't say that, but I can't say that. Say what I want to say. But move on. If y'all are not together, stop this little banging buddy situation. A little catch one little piece here or there. No, because it's gonna muddy the water.
But honestly, what are you being taught to do?
Well, this is why we having a listen. Mark. Okay, you know what? I remember, Candy. I don't know if you know Candy Gibson from Phone. Anyway, Candy's a community activist. I always got a little story here. And so I was doing this session with young men in the community, and he was like, "Oh, Miss Davis, we don't know, and ain't nobody here to help us." And da-da-da. So I looked at him and I said, his name was Oscar. I said, "Oscar, you here right now, right?" He said, "Yes." I said, "This is your intervention." I said, these are the people who care. This is what we're doing. This is your intervention here. So I'm saying now that, okay, guys, people may not know, but now we're saying it. We're telling you, your way has not worked. Your way is not working. You don't have a relationship or a good relationship with your children. And your children need you. This isn't even Stanya trying to be disgusting. We need you.
This is the truth.
Yes. I mean, look at this now. Let's go to statistics. Statistically speaking, people who go to jail, their mother was in their life. They did not have a father. You see how important this is?
Yes.
And that could be statistically proven.
And men raise kids better than women.
Yes. They tend to get. Listen. Usually, I look at you in the eye, and I agree with you.
You see how I am now?
Yes.
I get a different part of my kids.
And I'll tell you this too. My mom would have been the disciplinarian, her and my dad. But in terms of respect or what have you, like I probably would have. I used to do my mommy, and I'll do it. I'll do it. Now, I notice I don't call my daddy out too now, because he probably would say his most vocal child, or the one who's holding his feet to the fire. It's boy, he listens. Hey. However, let's say my dad, if my mom called me 10 times, listen, mommy, listen, tell her busy.
That's how you carry on?
My mom on the next side, I wish I could talk to her right now.
But
I'd be like, listen, Millie, tell her busy. Daddy call. Does daddy calling again? Hi, hello, daddy. I answered my daddy. I'm answering my daddy call.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I answered my pa call. Men have a different energy. When I was quitting one of the 10,000 job, I didn't quit. And my mom, everything. Boy, Stanya, you did. Boy, Lord, look at you. You better go back on them people's job.
Because we understand you can do what you want to do regardless.
But you know what my dad said? You have always been my daughter who did her own thing. You'll be all right. And when daddy tell me that, listen, nobody couldn't tell me nothing.
But was it a lie?
No.
We as men, we realize you can do what you want to do.
Oh, it's interesting you said that. Do you know, okay, asking what it was, I would say 85% of the men who I asked what they learned about being a dad, believe it or not, they said, I'm going to read, this is very interesting. And this one is actually from someone who isn't, this a different race, a different nationality. He said that to accept that they have a different perspective. Another person said basically they all said just to allow the children to be themselves. I thought that was very interesting that, learning the children instead of making them who I want them to be.
Because, some people just live through their children. They just try live through to do the things they couldn't do in school or,
Yeah.
But you this is why the children love to be around daddy, because guess what? Daddy can let you fall.
Yeah.
He can let you go through it to see what it is. Now, to a certain point, he can protect you, but he can let you feel.
And I'll tell you this, as a child, I mean, I live with my mother, but I mean, my dad picked me up from school every day. He picked me up from school. Fridays, we would go out to eat. Now, that's why I'm a foodie. That's why, listen, you want to date me, marry me, you got to eat, child, you got to take me out to eat. I got expensive taste in food. Blame daddy. Okay? When I think about memories as a child, believe it or not, most of my memories, childhood memories, are with my dad. Picking mangoes, going on the beach, and he talking about we having a picnic, and he only got mango there. Going to Nassau Beach Hotel during the summertime and spending the whole day there because he worked there at the time. Going on the airport road and picking cocoa plum. Okay? This particular whistle that my dad had, that when he whistled, how does whistle this go? Something like that. But, if I hear it, okay, if I smell a cigar, I'm instantly looking, where's my daddy? Okay? You see how instantaneously I can recall these memories, and you notice not a one of them have nothing to do with money, because you hear me say he talking about we going for picnic and he got only mango there the first eat. But these are the things. This is what it looks like to spend time with your children. This is what it looks like, guys. It doesn't just look like you showing up and being present. It doesn't just look like money. And if there is something else that's going on, be like Mark, admit it.
Majority of the time now, if you don't give no money, you don't get no children.
Well, that's another topic for another day, because remember I told you we was talking about the stepmommy, but these baby mamas out here, they're terrible too. They terrible, dead bad. Terrible. I mean, there's a gentleman who was supposed to come on the show. He literally pays the neighbor. He pays the neighbor to tell him when the mommy go out or something like that, so he could come there. Literally.
And spend time.
I telling you. Literally pays the neighbor.
And you wouldn't believe, what would happen if she do find out of that.
You'll get hell to pay. The neighbor gone.
So, like I say again, where else are we to go as men? Or what else are we to do? You know that kind of way?
That's another thing. Cause
I know one of my friends. Mm-hmm. I know one of my friends. Exceptional husband. Mm-hmm. Except does everything that you could possibly imagine for his kids. Does everything. His only thing is he like to travel and buy a shoe. Okay. So why it's a big issue. Like, why are you buying all these shoes?
Yeah, but leave him let buy you
shoe.
Leave the man
that's
what
you saying. That's what you saying. But in her mind, it's like, why are you buying all these shoes?
Anyway, let's go. Well, that's like I said, that's a story for another day. Because personally, you said I heard that you said that men make great parents or single parents, and it is proven. Statistically speaking, children blossom more in a home like single parent when it's only the father. Believe it or not, and like I said, these things that y'all could go and pull up. I think we as mothers, I don't know. Sometimes we are afraid to, we don't want. We say it could look bad if our children live with. Brittany, there's somebody on the call? Because I know you always be listening when you all ain't calling. You all normally is call. Right? Brittany, there's somebody on the phone? Okay. Caller, go ahead.
A pleasure. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Enjoying your conversation. You're down the earth, you're on the ground, you're bothering in the mud.
Okay.
But I remember some things. When I was only 15. I'm 75 now. My father died in he died years back also. But I remember some of the things that you talking about, especially when you mentioned that whistle. Was from West Street Hill. There was 6 brothers, no sister. But there was a gentleman that used to live next to them on West Street Hill. His name was Edward Taylor. Mm-hmm. And all of them were taught to be tailors by my grandmother. And they used to make suits for the then governor of the Bahamas, that king would give up the throne or whatever he named, Lord something. But Uncle Eddie moved to Miami. And he used to work down on Biscayne Boulevard with one of those stores that sell men clothing, and he would be one of the guys upstairs readjusting when people buy a suit if they want the pants hem up or the coat was a little too long. He'd do the adjusting and stuff. And I remember my father, then they used to go over every summer to take me and my sister to Burger King, and they go to the dog track and stuff. And they was looking for Uncle Eddie, and they had this special whistle that if they spotted a mile down the road, they would go something like, tweet, 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 tweet.
Right.
And then he'll answer, tweet, tweet, tweet,
Yes.
tweet, tweet, tweet.
Okay.
They used to communicate like Africans with the drum. They used to communicate with this whistle, and before you know it, you see they meet Uncle Eddie by Walgreens. They walk across the jaywalking thing, and there's the big hugs and handshake and everything. And then Uncle Eddie holding me and my sister. Welcome to Miami, he used to call it. Welcome to Miami. And I remember all those stories like that too as a kid.
Thank you,
You know?
Sparky, for
But they
sharing.
don't teach our children them things no more.
Okay.
The
Okay,
children,
Sparky.
all they do is sit down with iPad and computers and
Sparky, I go on now. I give you 5 cents, your 5 minutes of fame.
why only 5 seconds? You ain't got nobody else coming
I don't
in.
give a 5 cents. It ain't gonna be you though.
All right, you see, you're biggity too.
That's right. You think I scared of you or scared to say something on the A? Oh. That's right. And I ain't got no callers for this show. And normally when I don't have callers for this show, you know why? Because they're listening. As a matter of fact, someone just messaged and said that there's no audio on the Guardian station. They can't hear the show. That's right. Y'all think I 6'13" for nothing, eh? Oh, now moving right along. All right, here we go. I love you, Sparky. Okay. Realization and acknowledgement, godly encounter relationship guidance. What is that about?
It just have to be more, because I know at this point I'm doing something wrong, because everything going left. So, okay, Lord, let me let go of the wheel and see how you can navigate this ship.
Okay.
Let me just fate. It have you looking so crazy. Fate would have you looking so idiotic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what you mean? Break it down.
It's like you then do so much wrong, trying to fix whatever it is. Number one, the realization ain't gonna ever click to whoever you trying to do the right with, which is like my kid's mom. They didn't view me in a certain way.
Right.
I've already been a certain way. So for them now to unsee what I've or who I've been,
Right.
it's like you flamming.
Right. They don't believe it.
And then I have tried to change so much times and failed. It's like, why now? You think I could believe that now?
So what? Okay. So what would you say? Let's say there's a father right now listening. What would you say to the man who has messed up again and again and again and again? How can he fix it?
Stop trying to fix both ends, because
Both ends.
men are problem solvers.
Right.
We trying to fix the both ends. Like when you go by mommy, I trying to set a program there too.
Okay.
When you come over here, I trying to set a program too. Just allow your program to either stick to the channel or allow the way the mom is operating. Because if you trying to, because that's how that's naturally what it is.
Right.
It's not gonna go the way you want it to go.
Okay. So do you think that, okay, for me, I would say that the first thing, acknowledge it. Whether
Yes.
or not, and I'm not even talking about acknowledging it to your children yet, or the
Self.
mother of your, mother of your children. I'm talking about acknowledging it to yourself. Exactly. You have to first admit that, okay, I didn't show up for my children, or I didn't spend time with them, or I have been out of order. I have been, I've not been a good father. So the first thing is to first say that. Okay? The second thing I would say is, right, you can have the conversation with your child. And you can apologize. And I know this sounds dead crazy and dead simple. But I would say acknowledge it. Say the same thing that you acknowledge to yourself.
When you do something to your daughter, instead of saying you apologize, what you would normally do?
What do I say? Well, I know several things. Sometimes I say, okay, Mommy was wrong. I was wrong when I said what I said to you. I acted out of anger. Or I apologize for whatever it is. I know that blah, 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 blah. And I ask for forgiveness too sometimes.
But
Yeah.
in a what do you think actually happens though?
You mean when I say that?
Yeah. No, not when you say it. Like when parents do something to you, instead of them saying they're sorry, they'll basically, in a nutshell, it's called bribe. They'll basically
Right.
bribe you.
Oh, no, I don't be bribing.
Because it's to say, like, instead of me telling you I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
that's what, like, this why I'm saying, like, the trauma of my daddy,
Well,
you know?
And you know what? You're saying that my dad does that. If he does something, he would
I ain't
say,
gonna sorry. I just can buy you something and everything will be
yes,
cool.
that's what my dad does.
But it don't,
It don't work.
no.
And I'll tell you this, the last time when he did something, I literally said, Daddy, are you apologizing? You know, these baby boomers and them said, well, they don't. I mean, and it back and forth. Daddy, are you apologizing? Are you on the phone talking to you? I said, no. Are you apologizing, Daddy? I think in that moment he knew I was on the border line of not talking to you anymore.
You know what really, like, cracked my whole hardware system?
Uh-huh.
I, like, before sitting and talking to my daughter, and it was just, like, weighing on my heart heavy that I know you feel like I abandoned you. I know you feel like I wasn't there for you. I know you feel these. And, like, for me to just...
Say that again.
I know you feel like I abandoned you.
Okay, see, because we got to sit in that for just a minute. So, guys, okay, first thing, acknowledge it to yourself. Okay? Second thing, you go into the child. You heard what Mark said? I know you feel this. Don't speak to the action. Speak to the emotion. Speak to the feeling. I know you feel as though I may not love you. I know you feel as though I abandoned you. I know you feel like I don't spend enough time with you. Okay? You call this out. Not, and Mark, you said something powerful, not bribing. Because listen, ain't nobody give a 5 cents about nothing. The only thing we care about, and this as a girl child, is we want our daddy. We want our fathers. Guys, y'all could make it right. You could make it right. The one thing, notice what I keep saying. It don't matter what your mommy say, you never let your children go. You don't. I remember there's this friend I have, he was talking about her, his daughter was stinking rude. He said, she's stinking rude. And so he was engaged to this woman, and the woman said, boy, you're stinking rude daughter. So he said he break up with the woman. So I said, well, why you break up with her? So he said, she called my daughter stinking rude. I said, but then you just tell me your daughter stinking rude. He said, but that's my stinking rude daughter. I ain't letting nobody.
They wear in dread.
Yeah, he said, I ain't letting nobody talk bad with my daughter.
They wear in dread. They wear in dread. That's the only thing I could
And he dead serious with that.
That's the only thing I could be able to say with them.
But anyway, back to what we're saying. Apologize. Sometimes only waiting. And somebody asking if my show is live. Yes, it's live. I'm right here. I know I didn't call off the numbers to call. You know, I used to do this when I want you all to listen, but I guess I should, because he on vacation, he messaged me to ask me why I ain't call the numbers. Yes, it's live. If you want to call in, 323-6232, because it's Sparky Sway, ain't nobody listening right now. 323-6232. Yes, it's live. It is live. But we trying to get through something. Second of all, we got to do away with the mindset that the children got to come to you. No, bruh, you done mess up. You already mess up. When you go to these homes, I kid you not, mostly filled with men, old men. I remember see somebody calling right now, but this Sparky say ain't nobody calling anyway. Let me see now. Lord, what I miss? Where Brittany going? Caller, can you go ahead? Oh man. I don't know where I think Brittany. I got the phone to my ear like over here. Okay, stay on the line. Ooh, okay, I lost it. But okay, call back in a minute. I think Brittany left the booth. She'll be right back. She's normally right back. So just give her a minute. Let me message her right now. You know, Stanya be jungling it up. Brittany, listen, people on the line, get back here and answer the phone. Yeah, but don't expect your children to be nice to nasty. You was a little nasty. And it's not the job of your child to come. I mean, unless they did something, of course. But if you have not been present, you can't say, oh, well, I did this. See Brittany coming right now. I tell you, Brittany coming. Brittany type in. She could be here in a minute. It's not the job of the child to fix it. It's not the job. There's this thing that I do, and I've said this before. In our family, we used to do weird things, and it's not to say, like I say, we have our own shared drama and trauma and everything else, but we have family meetings. In the family meeting, anybody could call a family meeting. My grandniece could call a family meeting. Hi, Ramaya. She could call a family meeting.
And how much would dollars be?
And I'll tell you this. So once whoever calls the family meeting, the rules are this. You could say what you want, but you have to be respectful. You have to be respectful, and we talk about it, and we try to resolve it.
What's being respectful?
Respectful is not you're cursing the person out, blah 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 blah. So okay, so we use words too. I didn't like when you did this. So, I felt this way, blah blah blah.
And in a heartfelt conversation, why are stipulations being put? Like, some people, they like to season their sentence.
Right. Well, that's the way that it works in our family. It might work different in your family, but in our family,
you can talk this. No, I'm just saying for those who,
and that's okay
because
that's our rules.
Right? They try say because you was cuss.
Right.
That means you mad.
No, that might just be out the way you express yourself.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you this. My daughter and I, trust me, clash of the titans. Oh, we used to have clash of the titans. Okay. Now she know in the moment. Oh no, child eyes go to about 2,000. Okay. No, you gotta let them know you're a little crazy too.
Why, man?
Okay. No.
You gotta let them know a couple of books in there.
Yeah, yes, right. And you ain't know when. Psycho mommy can show up. I mean, but she's 20 now, so she's gonna be 21. But okay, even with that though, we have conversations. So okay, she already know it could take mommy but a day or two after mommy sleep, mommy's be quite fine. She's gonna come back and we're gonna have the conversation. And mind you, many times I dared shame. For the way that I act. And I apologize though. And I say mommy is still learning and growing too. Mommy doesn't know everything. Mommy is trying to figure it out too.
And that right there be a big thing too,
Yeah.
Like majority of us as kids, we, like I say again, because our parents was making it look so easy, we didn't know that they were children too.
Yes. Okay. Somebody said, okay, Stanya, when is your next family meeting so I can join y'all? Well, what's going on with your family? Text me back so I know. But these are the conversations, guys, that we have to have. And maybe today's show isn't, and I tell you the listener, isn't a fast, but it doesn't need to be a fast-paced show. This is a show where I want you to feel every single thing that we are saying, because our relationships are not doing well with our children. And we have a lot of anger. Just look at the way we dress. The women and the men, it's all of us. And when you lash out, like I said, you're going to lash out at the closest person to you. And the closest person to you are usually your kids or your mate.
Yep.
And so us talking about childhood trauma, we all have childhood trauma. Listen, when you see people come to me, believe it or not, y'all can call back. Brittany is here. So call back. Whenever you see, if someone comes to me for a breakup, we go all the way back. with a fine tooth comb. It's this little activity that we do all the way back, because wrapped up in the past are the answers to how we are today. Whatever is happening now is just it's a symptom of something else.
That is a standpoint from a woman. Like a man is like,
Well, I want you to bring the man perspective.
right is right and wrong is wrong. And when do you come to the realization of wrong, or when do you come to the realization of right? Because if you have been doing something for so long, you then try switch tactics, you then try switch narratives, you then try switch characters, you then try do all kind of things, and none prevail you.
Right.
What or where do you go from there?
Okay. Call back. Brittany's here. Now, for me, personally, you know what it boils down to as it pertains to my daughter? Now, you want to be right, or you want to have a relationship with your child?
The majority of the time it's being right.
Well, then you know something? Then you don't deserve to have a relationship with your children. And if you prefer to be right, then you don't deserve to have a relationship. Then that person, your child don't need you in their life then.
Because, like I say, it goes back to saying you ain't can have no voice as a child. As a child, you don't have no voice inside the house. You're not being taught like how to speak. If you get mad, you're not being taught
Right.
how to act. They just
Right.
they just like expect you to know.
But this is what I'm saying, Mark. We have to parent different. Now, see, once again, I have a weird and crazy type of parenting things. You hear me talking about family meeting and all this sort of thing. So the children in our family always had space to express themselves. They look you in the eye. They always had, whether or not it was a family meeting or not, they had free. Listen, the other day, telling my daughter, said, "Mommy, I gotta talk to you." What you gotta talk to me about, Mommy? You gotta get a life, man. My daughter, she was talking to me dead strong. Mommy, you gotta go focus on you. And me, yes, Mom. Right, but, and I was there laughing, right? I was laughing, but she's serious. They always had room to say, okay, and not just my daughter, my sisters and her daughter, my sister and her son. They always had, we always built that type of relationship with our children that they could speak, because we didn't have it with our parents. So we made sure that our children had it with us. And as a parent, I believe, like my daughter, I trained my daughter to be independent and to live life. Even though I talking about, Lord, man, you can't by lake, then you won't go hiking, you can't do the... But that's the way I always gave her freedom to choose. Even as a 2-year-old or 1-year-old, I've said this a million times. Okay, Malia, you which one? I'll pull down 2 outfits. Which outfit do you want to wear? I'm teaching her how to make decisions. Okay, today now my daughter she's living the best life of my daddy. She's in language school for the summer, learning French. So she went to the Airbnb. That didn't work out, so she's dead scared. And listen, they's finding mommy and daddy dead quick. But so I'm walking her through what to do. But at the same time, this is what I'm saying to her. Okay, listen, I'm going to hang up from you, and I'm going to give you about 3 minutes. I want you to go into yourself and think, what is the best decision for you to make right now for this situation? Mommy's going to call you back in about 3 minutes. And I want you, when you make that decision, stand on that decision that you decide. Okay? So I want you to close your eyes, pray, go into yourself, and make the decision. Okay? I'll call you right back. And in 3 minutes, I said, okay, what you going to do? Okay, Mommy, do this. And that's what I'm going to do. So even though I'm there, I'm guiding her.
That's it.
I'm guiding her.
That's all our job is.
Yes, the guide.
That's it. That is it.
That's exactly, to guide.
You know, what is free will?
Okay. See this? Okay, hold on. Now, okay, I'm going to read this, but I don't want y'all to focus on this, even though I'm reading it. Say good afternoon. You have a point, but I want you, and I know that this is a perspective guy, but I want you to own your own stuff, own your things. And say, please note that some women are very emotional and some are very spiteful. Men are emotional too. I keep saying y'all display it as anger, okay? But y'all are very emotional as well. Some women speak badly to their children about their dad. I agree 100%. I have friends who have done it, and it's terrible. The one thing that I've said and continue to say, and if you listen to Tell It to Stanya, remember when Johnny and his daughter was on, and Johnny's daughter said that she experienced it with her dad. I could say it because this was on the air. And I asked her, why, how come, but y'all have a good relationship now? She said, well, yes, I would have heard things about daddy, but daddy wouldn't leave me alone. What's the one thing I say I love about my daddy? He don't let me go. This is the thing. Listen, I'm telling you, I don't give a 5 cents. I mean, I'm going to say I don't give a 5 cents. I know women are terrible. I know they mean and nasty. But let me tell you something. If you don't let your children go, that's the one thing, because at some point it's going to click in. It's going to click in. My daddy don't never leave me go. Mommy saying this, but my dad, he on Facebook creating a secret account, just to talk to me. When I look out lunchtime, why see my daddy out there zooming by? You don't let him go. Yes, you say some women are broken from, but this is what I'm trying to say. You focusing on the woman. And as much as you send all your text message you sending me right now, you talking about the woman. Go into yourself. Let's change this around. You are broken, and you maybe came from a home with unresolved trauma, and all of us have unresolved trauma. Our children got unresolved trauma from us. Everybody been traumatized. Don't look at them. Go into you, because guess what now? A deeper question. Why did you choose these women? Let's start, before we go out there and pointing the finger, let's start. I'm not saying that they're not this way. I know. Because from your breakup and the woman missing, see you with one next woman, dog eat your lunch. They ain't want, right. I know, guys, I know. And then what's so terrible, guys? The law don't support y'all.
At all.
I know this. But what I'm saying, before we get there, let's do our work. The self-work. Okay? The self-work. That's what I'm saying.
You ever heard about the parenting classes?
Yeah.
You ever been to one?
Yes. I actually spoke at one. I can tell you right now. And okay, you say what you want to say before I say, because our time almost up, so.
No, I was saying, I feel like, you see, like when you have a baby, and you need to come with the proper equipment to take this baby to the hospital, I feel like parenting classes should be one of the things they implement as, if you're not married,
right,
to go through.
Yes.
Before you could take this child.
I'm telling you, you have to.
Because people don't know how to deal with themselves, to say, like, in a relationship, how to be financially.
Listen.
They don't know how to navigate to say, like, okay, if we come to a disagreement, what are we still going to do?
How are we going to resolve this?
Yeah.
How could we still coexist?
So for me, I feel like, I would like the child to go to this school, or I feel like I would like the child to participate in this sport. What do you think? You know, the kind of way, like, they don't have these conversations. They just be winging it.
I agree. And
they just be winging it for the mere fact that, honestly, they don't know.
No, I agree. So, and this is why there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of, like I said, there are parenting classes. Different people offer parenting classes and all this stuff. A lot of times we don't go. And that is the issue that we have. We don't have a young people problem in this country. We have a parenting problem in this country. Listen, my friend who's a barber, I'm not going to call his name, he messaging me right now. He was saying how the children come inside to get their hair done, cut, and the parents don't over their children. He's saying, please behave. What are you talking about? Please behave. Please behave. And I'm not talking about beating your child. I'm talking about training your child. Listen, as a child, okay, my daughter, if I call my daughter and she doesn't listen, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, I go right down, go to her, excuse me, hi, hello, come, let's. Mommy called you. When mommy call you, you must come, okay? Now go back in the room and mommy is going to call you again. And so what I'm doing, I'm training her.
Yes.
Go back,
and all this time from the home.
That's right.
That's
and
why
if she don't come,
you have plenty kids.
Yes,
but you don't have that home brought up.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what you got to do. As simple as that. I don't give a 5 cents right now. If I call my daughter 30 times, she come in. I kid you not. She's coming because I've already trained her into doing this. If she comes, something happen, okay, well, listen, well, what you think you should do? What's the best thing you should do? And now, when she say something a little crazy, well, if that happened, then what you think will happen if that happened? You could get in trouble. You won't get in trouble. I'm guiding her.
Opening up your mind.
Yes.
And allowing you to see. But
Yes.
still being okay with what I learned. It's still being okay with whatever decision they make. Because ultimately,
Yes.
they're going to have to go through that.
I'm telling
But
you.
we can feel so much as a parent to say that, I don't want you to go through this.
But
They can make their own choice regardless. Because when they're in school, they're making their own choices.
yes, every day I scared. Listen,
So-
every day I am afraid.
So it's now putting them on game to say like, okay, what you didn't know, you teach them. What you went through, you teach them. But it's not putting your trauma on them. You know the kind of way?
This person, I know just who you are, and you've already been blocked. Yeah, you coming with because you're talking about with women who grow up with women. I know who you are. Misogyny, that's you, and only Jesus could help you. You off dead bad. Only Jesus could help you. So with that said, you see how Brittany is to me. Okay, I can read this last thing. The scariest part, teaching our children to make their own decisions while protecting them from the world. My mother was a helicopter, and I have to pull back. If I see myself doing the same thing, I am teaching my daughters to be independent. Their dad was more involved with his son. The dad was more involved with his son than his daughters, but that's his choice. My job is to make sure that he has the opportunities to be a parent. And remember, guys, when I did the survey last time, talking to the women, the girls, and asking them what they learned from their daddy, ironically, this ironic thing, 95% of the girls said that their fathers taught them that to never depend on a man. Is the fathers teaching the daughters not to depend on the men. See, Mark, you shaking your head saying yes. That's a serious thing. No, they're talking about Brittany. The
And that
guys,
right there,
and
and
Brittany
that-
can throw me off right now, but the guys are
And that
teaching
right
them.
there is be the harsh reality for men. They say that we literally is train our children to don't.
I'm telling you.
Because we
But
know
the-
we ain't gonna be here forever.
But you know what? But why y'all don't want the woman to depend on the man? Because y'all know. I get in on that note right there, y'all. See, he laughing because y'all know. I always think, y'all, women fight to work. That's a crazy thing. Why would people fight to work? Man, I ain't going, man. Anyway, listen. I going, y'all. I can see y'all next week. All I saying is do the work. I'm speaking to the fathers right now because this is the show about the fathers. There's nothing wrong. We all have unhealed trauma. But you can't let that direct your life. Your children need you. We need y'all. Are you serious, man? I ain't even trying to be disgusting or crazy or whatever it is. We need you. I am 100 years old, and I kid you not, I still need my daddy. My dad didn't stand in the gap for all of the children, all us when the baby daddy doing fool or whatever. My daughter away right now living off my daddy, and all he say, my granddaughter just spent up all my money. I couldn't do it without my daddy. We need y'all.
Facts.
Mend the relationship.
Yes.
Mark, you have anything to say?
I mean, the only thing I would end on is just keep going.
Yes, don't let them go.
And with it, and not only like don't let them go. When they come to you, just continue to do what you have to do on your end. You know, don't worry about the opposite end. Once you
Yes.
continue to focus on what you doing, goodness can prevail no matter how you try to navigate that story.
exactly.
No matter how you try to, no matter how the woman may try to perceive you,
You know what I realized,
what you
Mark?
doing can always prevail.
You know what as an adult, you know what I know about my mommy and my daddy now? Man, the two of them was crazy.
The two.
That's
the
what I
two.
know. The two of
The
them.
two.
And they was too young. They was young when they got married. Anyhow, we out of here. I can see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Tell it to Stanya, 1 p.m. Saturdays.